Hello! Welcome back. Doing another late night stream because this game is rad and I want to play more. I don't remember where I'm going. Came from this way? Yeah, came from this way. Okay, so we're going this way. No, this is the wrong way. Just a second. Okay. Come on. Oh, right. I can mind control now. I forgot. Okay. This guy's gotta go. What are we shooting at over here? Oof. We good? Oh shit. Die. Shit. There we go. That guy sucked. Alright, let's try cleansing this area again. Where'd everybody else go? Oh shit, did they die? They might have died. The Hiss Warped wield only paranatural abilities similar to drifters. They are able to telekinetically shield themselves with nearby material and launch objects at their target. These entities are particularly destructive and difficult to kill, possibly indicating a greater internal reinforcement of Hiss resonance. Why do certain Hiss display paranatural abilities while others rely on Bureau firearms? Do certain corrupted entities have less potential than the hosts that become Hiss warped? Or is this perhaps an indication of an evolution or maturation of the Hiss corruption? Are there other stages of evolution yet to be found? What if the Hiss inhabits a host for a month, a year? Do hosts expire after a certain amount of time? Does the corruption become too strong for an organic body to endure? Only time and well-documented observation will tell. Nothing? There's something. No women's bathroom? That's rude. Ooh, another one. With the recent arrival of the Redacted, there are certain glaring gaps in the Bureau's ability to educate and raise a young Redacted. There are no other Redacted for a Redacted to play with, and Redacted is expected to learn about frightening new concepts. Redacted will require a slow, Redacted-friendly introduction to paranatural topics. With this in mind, allow me to introduce Threshold Kids, a television show in which a cast of cheerful puppets, that's a lie, explain the dangers of living at the Bureau, but also show the fun side of the paranatural. Budget would be minimal. I took a few puppet making courses at my local community center. We can have research staff build the sets, record the footage, and even do the voices. Will be good for morale. I guarantee Redacted will respond positively to these videos. We can't expect a Redacted to enjoy lectures and people in lab coats. But as television has proven for years, Redacted love puppets. I'm going to bet this is the main character's cousin or brother. Or who they're making the show for, at least. Hmm.
Altered item number 52AE analysis, session 2. I will begin by introducing various stimuli to the item. First, a low voltage electric shock. No response. Next, I will introduce heat via a standard Bunsen burner. No response. Next, a series of solutions will be applied, each with a different value on the pH scale, from 0 to 14. No response to any value. Next, I will attempt to communicate. Can you understand me? Can you understand my words?
Oh,
Quack if you can understand
thank
my
you.
words.
You really don't have to, but I
No
appreciate it.
response. This concludes session 2. We'll need time to prepare further tests.
What else we got? Is there any way to open that room? I'm sure the rubber duck is probably an item of power. Just not.
This way to the lab? Okay.
All right, well then we're going to go
Must
check
like
out the
these
other area.
HRAs. Sounds like Darling built them. And most of the things around here. If Marshall can't help us with Dylan, he's our next best bet. Assuming he's not dead. Or taken over by the hiss.
Thank you for the file. It was very helpful. I've re-archived it with the Black Rock research in case you need to refer to them again. Yes, the video shoots are always interesting. Expect my availability for those to decrease in the future. However, as analysis of this newly discovered Black Rock variant is reaching a critical point, I hope you will be able to attend them still. Darling seems to be under a host of pressure lately, and I'm sure he would appreciate any support you can provide. Research regarding the analysis you provided, I do not have any questions. Thank you for the expeditious of delivery. Regardless, research specialist Dr. Carla Vaughn. That's a name I don't think we've heard before. Okay. Obsessive compulsive disorder, hoarding, and anxiety disorders. While certain manifestations of these conditions are simply the result of mental illness, sometimes the individuals are simply performing redacted called rituals. The redacted of rituals can vary. Numerology, dream logic, forfeiture, verbal formulae, repetitive action, and causal tethering are just some of the procedures involved. Some rituals are consistent, such as pulling the light switch cord 3 times to enter the motel, but some are erratic. While most people engage minor rituals every day, the vast majority do not understand the importance behind their actions. Avoiding disaster, amassing luck, or simply locating lost keys are all the results of daily rituals. Individuals who recognize the deeper meaning behind these compulsive actions are inherently aware of the paranatural world and, when located, should be considered for employment at the Bureau. Alright. Huh. Why did we come up here? I mean, alright. Sure. Interesting. I'll come back and look at you in a second. I'm not the only one that heard the rubber duck, right? Question becomes, how do I get to the rubber duck? There should be a way here, right? That's what the map is saying, isn't it? I can't get to it yet. I bet you I'm gonna get, like, a high jump or something. Alright. I'll come back for you, rubber duck. So I can't tell. Does it want... That's it, right? Ah, shit. There we go.
You led me here. Any idea how to make it work?
Before I do that... Black rock prisms are unique formations of black rock, distinct in both their shape and potency. While the density of black rock dampens paranatural forces, the unique, redacted, structure of the prisms retain frequencies in the range redacted to redacted hertz with perfect redacted harmonization. This report analyzes the results of focusing a redacted through a harmonized prism onto a redacted methods. Methods for imprinting in non-physical fields onto redacted, imbuing them with properties of harmonized resonance redacted in the prism will be explored and explained.
Hello again, Director. It appears we have a new problem. We need to get the HRA machine working.
I've replaced a couple of spark plugs, but this looks a bit more complicated.
Darling must have had a system. Randomness isn't in his nature. The punch cards, the symbols, the terminals. How do they connect?
I'll see what I can do.
Hmm. Where's 1? That's 3. It's 4.
So, we need to find all the punch cards.
Okay. Can't tell if that means to invert these or what, but let's look at this. So that's 2, 3. Huh. That's 1, 4. That's also 1, 4. Are these the same? Let's look. That's the let's say that's a down C and that's a radioactive symbol. No. Shit. Oh, but these are inverted. So that means that's 1, 5. Okay. All right. Which one's number 1? We can do this. 2, 1. So 1 is the radioactive symbol. And then 2 is the square. And 3 is the lower left symbol. Yeah. So that's 5. So 4 is up here.
These whiteboard drawings may be important.
Yeah, I'm on it, Marshall. I win. That was a good puzzle. You have to figure out what it's showing, and then you have to figure out the secret behind it. Well, that's a problem.
The prism shattered.
You
Darling's
don't say.
prototypes have a lot of issues. We need a new plan. We need more Blackrock prisms to make this machine work. Darling has another lab, down in the Blackrock processing site in maintenance. That must be where he keeps the prisms.
I've been to maintenance already. I can find my way. But how long will that take? Nothing here is simple. I need to ask her now, before I go. I need something from you first. What do you know about Dylan Faden?
I knew this was coming. Lives are at stake here, and we need this machine working to save those lives. Once that is done, Director Faden, then we can talk.
She's right. As much as I don't want to admit it.
From chat,
I'm
cinematic
letting
detail is
more
good.
get
Yeah,
out.
this game looks rad. I'm not even running it with
I'll get the prisms first.
ray tracing
Dylan
on.
will have to wait just a little longer. But don't call me Director. Jesse is fine.
I'll call you Faden. Here, you'll need this keycard.
Thanks. Emily Pope has set up a base in Executive. Once I have the prism, I'll meet you there.
Right. I'll move out immediately. And keep an eye out for Darling. Finding him might be the key to stopping the hiss.
It's just one large-scale HRA. It's there now. We are about to be exposed to a different kind of resonance.
Okay.
Hostile. viral, invasive resonance. That's what the Hedron resonance amplifiers are for. Taking the protection Hedron can provide us, and keeping us from being wiped out.
Question from the chat on how accurate are the captions. I can't say. Ooh,
This will lead back to Central Research.
we got a lot of stuff. Six 665. For chat, if you're watching it on Twitch, captions can be turned on if you either refresh or if you're already on a live stream. When you hover over the video, there is a closed caption button on the lower right. Oh, that's neat. That's still jacked up. That's interesting. Did we go up before? Did we only go down? Come on. Oh shit. You need to go. I missed. That's a problem. Well, this gun does not have a problem with barriers. Who's alive? That seems like a problem. Who's left? Who is alive? Come on now. Alright, now they're dead. Chair is a deadly weapon. Oh yeah, I must get some sort of levitate ability. Hey, let's check out Darling's office. The Bureau has spent years studying why objects of power transport users into the astral plane when touched. My predecessor, Dr. Ash, theorized that a potential receptacle determined by the Jungian archetypes in the collective subconscious would be inhabited by paranatural energies when an AWE occurred in the vicinity, creating an altered item. Over time, a link was created by the redacted and the astral plane to that item, making it an object of power. So many additional theories have been raised since Dr. Ash's time. Objects of power were placed on Earth as tests by some astral entity. Our dimension was once part of the astral plane, and the objects were left behind as its borders receded. The astral plane was an early threshold into the oldest house, but the connection was severed, and now the two are linked solely but through the objects of power. I will attempt to disprove some of these in order to thin the herd. Hopefully the truth will emerge.
I've been fielding questions recently regarding HRAs. What are they for? Do you always need to wear them? And what's the deal with the Hedron resonance anyway?
He's had a bad time.
I...
Shit.
Fuck. Despite what you may have heard, HRAs are not monitoring devices. We're not tracking your movements or listening to your conversations while you're wearing them. We do that regardless whether or not you're wearing an HRA. Think of them as a life preserver. Only instead of water, the thing HRAs protect you from is classified. One day that classified, not water, might pour in, and you'll be glad you got an HRA keeping you afloat. And if you don't have an HRA, don't worry. It'll be quick and painless.
Oof.
Kidding. I'm kidding. We're making more.
You had a bad time.
Resonance is the key. Vibration, frequencies, waveforms, fields we didn't know were there. It's physics. These fields in complex interaction, altering reality that comes to contact with them. Hedron is communicating with me. It's trying to warn me of something imminent. I've been using every known method to
Going to say that
analyze
Hedron is actually Dylan.
exposing myself to it. I'm seeing things and overcome by compulsion. It's not just data, it's protection. It's benign. We are about to be exposed to a different kind of resonance. Hostile, viral, invasive resonance. That's what the Hedron resonance amplifiers are for.
Okay, we saw this part.
Taking the protection Hedron can provide us and keeping us from being wiped out.
Okay. Dear Dr. Darling, I suspect my colleague Dr. Harrington has already contacted you asking for an increase in her department's budget. I'm not surprised. Parapsychology has always been a squeaky wheel, all fuss but no results. Parakinesiology has always been the stronger department. More breakthroughs, more tangible data, more usable research. I'm sure a man of your esteem can plainly see which department is deserving of the budget increase. Just think what those additional resources could do for already formidable research team. Anyway, I know you're a fan of single malt, so I left a bottle of well-aged brown on your desk. That dude is trying to bribe the head director, or the science director.
What's the deal with the Hedron resident?
Residence, it's there, but we can't see it. Vibrates around us, through us, from us. What if the vibration is conscious? What could a force like that do? Redacted opened the door to a redacted I've called redacted. The redacted emits a force that is far beyond the forces we previously dealt with. It has shown me so much that I have to wonder. Is resonance the key element in all the altered phenomena? AWEs, altered items, objects of power. Do they share a common redacted that we've yet to discover? We can harmonize control points. What else would the correct frequency allow us to achieve? What if resonance has the answer the whole time?
Anyway,
Turn on the clacker.
fuck. Despite what you may have heard,
Okay, Dr. Darling is insistent that certain objects of power share a direct connection to the redacted, an entity or a group of entities that we have little information on, or little that I'm allowed to access. In his written reports, he states that there is a clear link between these objects of power, the redacted, the astral plane, and the oldest house itself. I'm going to assume that's the board. His work supposes that these links are innate, a fact ingrained by the very redacted of objects such as the hotline or the service weapon. But what if these particular objects were never linked to redacted, but had that connection forced upon them? Isn't it strange that no other objects of power require such direct contact with the redacted? Isn't it strange that using the service weapon or the hotline will result in grievous harm or even death if the user is not the director, or at least one worthy of the role? Why do we assume this involvement by redacted is a natural fact and not something more redacted? Yeah, that's... We're going to find out if the board is good or not.
we're not tracking your movements.
Okay. We'll just take a look through here.
Constantly changing labyrinth. Can never pass through. Dimensional research. Every measure of security.
Hello. Well, okay then. Let's try that again. Ooh, this is a different room. Going backwards do anything different? Let's do another one. Yeah. Hmm. One more loop. Okay. Ashtrays. Oh boy. Well, it doesn't want me here yet. Let's go do the mailroom mission. And see if there's any missions to pick up for executive.
Welcome back. It's ridiculous. Hope's grasping at straw.
Why?
Does this count? We'll have snipers in the research center. Oh, we'll get rid of that one.
If hiss is a frequency, then why couldn't it vibrate molecules in order to alter human physiology? It would explain the hair loss.
Think about it. The
Well, so that's the thing. It's not post-apocalyptic. All of this is being contained to the Bureau's headquarters. And you're there to try and rescue people. How do I get in there? Excuse me, sir. You're on my team now. Where are these other guys? I will take that. We good? Still hearing music. Who's left? Someone with a rocket launcher is left. There we go. I did do this, right? Yeah. Executive sector. So where else can we go? We can go here. Anyone gonna pop in and say hi? No, really, I need to kill some folks. Thank you. I got hit by a rocket. It's a problem. Still can't go that way.
wants us to compile all of Darling's data entries from the past month.
Physical alterations in his corrupted organisms vary so wildly. What's the connection?
Researchers were sent to transcribe the recursive chant repeated by the hiss entities. In the interest of safety, this was done with the non-regressive floating hiss entities. However, no distinction between the repeating phrase and the one repeated by the more violent hiss entities have been observed. What is the purpose of the repeated string of words? Is this how the hiss corrupts individuals? Does the chant produce a physical effect? Is it a message, an incantation? We were able to record a first-hand incantation, recitation of the chanting. See corresponding audio recording. Alright, all this tier 1 stuff has to go. There. Pope, you got anything new?
Hi, Jesse.
Nope.
Lots to do.
Alright, that's the elevator. Ooh, I can get in here now. The hell is this room? Let me go mess with the jukebox. Come on now. The hell is in that room? Not gonna let me get to the jukebox?
This is Lynn Salvador, head of Bureau Security. I'm making a formal security order due to the incident in April, case number 21HQ593. Improper use of the jukebox altered item led to 2 fatalities. We believe a pair of agents used the jukebox to travel to the quarry threshold and engage in inappropriate workplace behavior. An expedition team found them decomposed.
Some teammates had sex.
A week later. At least we found out the jukebox doesn't bring corpses back when the song ends. I'm having the jukebox placed in a secure location in the executive sector. It should never have been accessible to low clearance staff in the first place. The new location's security and proximity to a high-traffic area will prevent misuse, while still allowing for expedition teams to access it when required. See me for any further details.
No hiss followed you in, right?
Yeah, I'm good. Where's the director's office?
We have to figure this out.
We should be out there. Those things are killing our buddies while we babysit the execs. Fuck that. The longer we sit here, the worse it's gonna get.
Dear Mr. and Mrs. Potts, I regret to inform you that your son, Graham Potts, was killed in active duty this past week. While the details surrounding his death are classified, I'm honored to tell you that he died in service of his country. You can be proud of his courage in the face of danger and his commitment to protecting our nation against our enemies. He will be remembered by his comrades and colleagues. I sincerely regret the pain this message will bring you. Take solace in knowing that his sacrifice helped people to protect the country he loves so much. His effects will be returned to you with all speed.
I'm averse to using objects of power. I don't want to lean on things I ultimately can't trust. But the ashtray and the cigarette, smoking there forever, have their uses. The ashtray maze they conjure is an impossibly changing labyrinth that no one but the binder, and those the binder invites, can ever pass through. The things we hid in dimensional research, the things Darling studies, the danger and the risk involved, call for every measure of security and protection I could bring to the table. The maze, hands down, is our strongest lock. I gave Darling and his chosen crew license to pass through the maze. Lately, I've started to think I should revoke that license.
So is it in his office? Like, is that the thing I need? Okay. No, for chat, the director is voiced by the guy who did the voice for Max Payne. Okay.
It's bad, but we can handle it. Just like we handled it all tonight at midnight.
We don't have the facilities here to analyze something as complex as the hiss.
I still like the original better. What do we got? What's our missions? Oh, that's cool. Those glowing orbs heal the hiss. Apparently you can take control of them too. That's rad.
Marshall knows something about Dylan. Is he here? Is he alright? HRAs first. They'll help save everyone, including Dylan. Can you keep him safe?
Mission complete. You're coming with me. Thank you. What are my missions? I guess this must not be charged. We good? They break, crack, rip. Rated M for mature. One spawn some enemies. No? Nobody? Really need to murk some dudes.
Reminder, if you experience an unanticipated building shift, follow these simple steps. 1. Search the room for any altered items or objects of power. 2. Carry the altered items. Keep your supervisor via the ear, intercom, and
Did you see me take down one of those do it. Doubt me again and I'll fucking do it.
Director better not think about hitting my department with a reorg.
Have I been in here before? I guess. Chat asking, I really need to murk some dudes. What does that mean? It means kill people.
Every time I think it makes sense.
Can't do anything in there yet. I really need them to spawn 2 more regular dudes. There we go. That I didn't mean to do. I messed up a little bit. Just a tiny bit. Blew myself up. Crap. Now they're not here. Well, poop. Bureau medical staff personally evaluated the injured embassy personnel when they arrived back in the country. While the victims reported cognitive issues, dizziness, and fatigue, further testing by Bureau medics found intense cell damage similar to that of radiation exposure. Agents and research staff remained to take soil samples from the surrounding area, but found no traces of an redacted beyond the health issues of the staff. Yeah, we already saw the audio piece of this. Sure. Nobody? We're doing one more pass, and if they don't spawn, I'm dropping that mission. Okay. Reload, 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 reload. Finally. Who's left? Somebody's still here. Do that again. Come on. Come on. Give me your best shot. Oh, you like it. You all dead yet? Okay. Wait, I totally killed people. Ah, hell. Alright. Where are we going?
Marshall knows something about Dylan. Is he here? Is he alright? HRAs first. They'll help save everyone, including Dylan, once I find him. Can you keep him safe? Like you do with me?
Any new missions to the janitor's office?
Respects his elders, makes good coffee.
For whatever reason, the button prompts for the menu has changed back to keyboard, which is weird. I think I can get to central maintenance. I think I got there before. Maybe not. That's Harish.
Thing blows.
Where's Harish? Alright, well, it's not here. Oh, wait. Maybe the elevator in the control room? Let's look. I don't like that that's all red. That's the way back, basically. Can't get there from here, right? Hmm. Hey, I figured it out. Problem solved. Tennyson report warning. Listen, Trench. Oh, sorry. Listen. Trench is on the warpath about this Tennyson report thing. He wants to know who wrote it, and he wants to know yesterday. Whoever did is going to get crucified. I don't know if it was one of you guys, and I don't want to know. I'm not super keen on leading a witch hunt, so tell everybody in the sector to keep their heads down. Best not to be on anyone's radar right now, yeah? I tell you, not even counting all the weird shit we deal with, this place out downright hostile work environment sometimes. Well, okay. I'm not gonna make that with my dash. I missed. Crap, where did it go? Might have bugged the game out. Shit. This could be a problem. Ah, there it is. Okay. Oh, and there's extras. Whoops. Hmm. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
I don't know. The lights are on. They should be open. We're looking to get a room for the night. Hello? I don't think anyone's there, honey. Come on. We'll go to that motel we passed a while back.
Well, that's interesting. Hmm. I need the key. Oh, now there's 2 open. Okay. Chairs out. Do I need to make a match? We can do that. Huh. It's interesting. Close the middle one. That's interesting. Okay. Well.
Okay, we need to find a way to Blackrock processing. That's where Marshall said we'd find a prism.
Atlas theory. The Atlas is a physical expression created by the oldest house. Its purpose and function are currently unknown. The specific shape and dimension of the Atlas, see file ATL03 for said dimensions, seem to indicate a more explicit purpose than the oldest house's usual walls, floors, or shifts. The Atlas changes form, but resists observation when doing so. No visual observation has been made during its change. It only ever occurs between frames when monitored by surveillance cameras. Previous theory was that this change corresponds to the house shifts, and the Atlas is a redacted of the redacted itself. However, the shape change do not occur at the same time as the building shifts, which makes this theory doubtful. Structurally, the Atlas is made in the same redacted material as the rest of the oldest house. Alright. Oh. Ooh, hello. Who's shooting? You're on my side now. Thank you. Oops. Sorry. Okay. I'll go back to talk to you in a second. I got exploring to do. Question from the chat, if I just knocked out my ally. I mean, I killed the dude I was temporarily mind controlling. Not quite the same thing.
I'm glad to see you're still you. Hey, thanks for bringing down that... whatever the fuck that was. But we are barely holding on here, boss. How's the situation outside maintenance?
What do I tell him? The truth is harsh, but these people seem familiar with death.
The Hiss are everywhere. Most of the Bureau is lost. We need Blackrock Prism to make more HRAs for any survivors in the safe rooms. I'm here to check Darling's Blackrock lab.
So to recap, death, disaster, and imminent destruction. Another day.
I like a Rish.
Well, Darling's lab is just past Blackrock processing. I got good news and I got bad news on that front. Good news is, it's right down the hall. Bad news is, a Hiss monster has decided to move in, so that's great.
Monster.
That's what the Rangers said. The ones that survived, anyway. We are just treading water here, and the Hiss keep coming. Salvador would know what to do, but apparently he took a security team into the containment sector just before the lockdown happened, and well, no one's seen him since. But hey, at least we got you, our fearless leader.
They shouldn't rely on me. They don't know me. They don't know how I've failed people.
You've done a good job here, Arish, but you should take your people and get to the base and executive. You can regroup there. I'll go deal with this monster. I'm getting kind of used to them.
Aye, aye, Faden. And be sure to put a bullet in that thing for me.
Ranger Squad Charlie 7 returned from an expedition into the quarry threshold just after 0500 Zulu. Can you please state your names and describe the purpose of your expedition?
Kevin Horowitz, Rupert Well. Our mission was to map quarry grid coordinates G29. Secondary objective, as always,
They've taken a few
was to
hits.
find a
We
route
need to get them
from
to a
the
surgical
threshold
station
entrance and
ASAP,
maintenance to
but
the
I don't think they're
formation.
stable enough to move.
Secondary
Yeah.
objective was
They're gonna
not
have to,
success.
because we are moving out and I am not leaving them behind.
And did you encounter any previously unrecorded event or entity while inside the threshold?
No, nothing. Do you think we should tell him about the mermaid?
Excuse me?
Yeah, the mermaid. Horowitz here found this mermaid in a quarry, just sitting on some black rock. She was singing this beautiful song, and he was overcome with desire.
Kill a Hiss,
She was so alluring.
I'd say she was more enchanting than alluring.
Fine, enchanting.
They're fucking with the scientists.
Did you tell your CO about this?
No. Because it didn't happen.
Nothing happened. As usual, the quarry is full of rocks. That's it. Can we go now?
Fuck you guys. Get out of here.
I'm not doing so hot. You're fine. We'll push through this.
Wait, there was something else.
Push it, Doc.
Have you noticed the recent tension between Trench and Darling? They've been acting odd lately. Trench concerns me the most. His sudden hostility towards Darling's project is very unlike him. He's the one who proved all this hadron research in the first place, but after Darling unveiled the HRAs, he was livid. I don't personally see any reason to not equip the Bureau staff with additional protective device, especially not if it's as strong as Darling says. Oh, sorry, especially not if it's as strong as Darling says. What do you make of this? You seen anything from either of them that strikes you as odd? Let's talk in person soon. Ooh, we got a lot of stuff. So before we go fight a monster, let's go deal with this hiss nodes.
Just stay calm and keep those HRAs on. We'll get you out soon.
Aimed fire boost. That's pretty good. Still can't do that. Surely I can't just... Okay, surely I can. I don't think I've been in here before. Yes, I have. Excuse me, sir. Oh, shit. Ah. Alright, let's go find that room I hadn't been to before. Oh, let's kill these guys first. Missed. Oh my god. There we go. Okay. The song listed, blah blah blah. Ooh, had a sneeze, didn't want to share it with the stream. Is this just a band they're fond of? Okay. Well. Let's go fight the monster, and then we'll call it. That seems like death, right? This can't be what I'm meant to do. Oh, well, never mind. The hell is this? Okay. Well, this is creepy as fuck. The hell is this place? How did I just skip it?
Careful in there, ma'am. Area's under quarantine. I wouldn't go in there without talking to Underhill first. Even if you have, I still wouldn't go in.
Who's Underhill? I mean, other than an alias for Bilbo Baggins.
I hate guard duty down here. This place is fucking weird. This is nothing. The clocks? No, that's weird.
Excuse me?
What's weird?
Are you
about the
lost?
clocks? Shut up. I think that's the new director.
Do you normally barge into people's private workspaces?
She clearly doesn't know who she's talking to.
Shouldn't you be in a safe room?
Why? Because of those hiss things the Rangers keep going on about. Haven't you people sorted that out yet? The situation down here could spell doom for the Bureau.
You mean this mold?
Correct. Perhaps you could help me. I require samples of various mold strains, and the mold has made the environment far too dangerous for me to fetch them myself.
Really? Mold samples? I thought this could spell doom.
It could, and it will, whoever you are.
Oh, she doesn't know.
The mold is spreading. We need to find the source before it spreads too far.
And these samples will do that?
No. Samples of 5 unique strains, when blended properly, will allow you to travel deeper into the pit where I've pinpointed the approximate location of the source of the mold.
Okay. So what do these samples look like?
Similar to the one on my table there. I've made a list of the samples I need. Here. You'll find them throughout the threshold.
I'll take a look. My name's Jessie, by the way.
I'm sure it is.
Have you worked at the FBC very long?
Not long enough to understand their inane methodology. They want me to solve the mold, but how is one to solve anything when the basic molecular structure of this fungus is an utter enigma?
Oh, sorry, are you asking me?
It's rhetorical. The Bureau wants to control, not comprehend.
This lady's kind of a
To answer
bitch.
your question, I'm a seasoned threshold researcher that's been brought in on a provisional basis to resolve this matter.
That's all you had to say.
What have you learned about the mold?
Firstly, the term mold is a gross oversimplification used only to ease communication. That said, the mold itself appears to be the product of complex microorganisms. They spin the mold, building structures like minuscule cities, swiftly colonizing our dimension, and the speed of these tiny engineers relative to their size is simply staggering.
So it grows fast.
If you're not going to listen, then why did you ask?
So the mold is coming in from where?
We don't have a name for the threshold dimension. The origin point has been identified, but the density of the fungus makes it impossible to enter. Even if we could, I speculate that we would only find a reality entirely subsumed by the fungus. Total decomposition.
It's weird how excited she is, right?
Yeah, that's weird.
What do you know about the hiss?
How could I know anything about an entity I've only just learned of? This is exactly the Bureau's problem. My work is always interrupted by these superfluous matters.
Calm down. Just keep your HRA on and I'm sure you'll be fine.
This crude thing. I thought it was Darling's idea of a practical joke.
Not quite. Just keep your head down while I handle the hiss.
Lady.
I need to get going.
Try not to transport any spores outside the infected areas. I'll get back to more important things.
It smells so sweet down here. Suddenly I'm really hungry. I wonder how this mold tastes. Are those people?
They were. Don't think I'm supposed to be here yet. We'll,
Activated.
hmm. Oh, geez, that second paragraph. The mold produces an enticing aroma to encourage human consumption of itself. It propagates in the chest cavity and quickly subsumes the entire body, seizing control of motor functions. The behavior was not observed when I first arrived, which means the mold is adapted to our presence, targeting our biological imperatives and is a way to spread. Ugh.
Be careful down there. We don't want to have to come save you. Seriously.
Aha. Wrong thing. Alright, well, I don't know if I'm just not supposed to be here yet or what. But we'll see. You're coming with me. Someone give me a rocket. Okay. Ooh. Eh. Still can't do that yet. Let's go deal with the monster.
Arish wasn't kidding about that monster. You showed me the HRA when I first got here, and the machine that makes them. Can you help me find a prism? Shit! They're shattered. What the fuck?
Whoa, what the hell are you? Also, I'm about to die. I died. We'll try one more time.
Put more pressure on that wound.
Arish wasn't kidding about that monster. You showed me the HRA when I first got here, and the machine that makes them. Can you help me find a prism? Shit! They're shattered. Not a single prism left.
Pop up. What the hell were you?
Let's hurry up and find Darling's lab.
Frequencies match, other dimensions leak in. We call these areas thresholds. The quarry is one of the more stable thresholds in the maintenance sector. That's where black rock comes from.
You heard that too, right?
Dimensional matter.
Black rock comes from a threshold, a quarry. So the prisms must be there too.
Think of it as paranatural lead. Our research involves many dangerous things we absolutely need to keep in check. That's what the Black Rock Line fire breaks are about. The panopticon container cells.
Sorry to interrupt, sir, but I need the code for the quarry elevator.
Oh, Emily. The codes. Black Rock 665. Neighbor of the Beast. Get it? We can do that again.
Darling's key.
Ooh.
This should get us into the quarry.
Look around. Okay. Let's also... BlackRock has allowed the Bureau to make great strides in containment procedures since it was first discovered. This report will examine how its structure is comprised of redacted. Density that nullifies all resonances with a range of redacted to redacted hertz. Bureau innovations that incorporate BlackRock will be analyzed, most notably the fire breaks. Feats of engineering designed to contain any future outbreaks, attacks, or other internal threats. The goal of this report is to encourage Bureau staff to explore further innovations using BlackRock, as work in that field has markedly slowed in the years. Alright, well if that's here, let's go back to the other 5 door. Alright, let's find the next control point.
Everything here is crazy. Weird, but it feels right. Like how the world should be. I am in an infinite building leading to different dimensions, and I never want to leave. Even with all the horror, I'm happy. It feels sane. Just the right kind of insane.
Hello. Goodbye. Control point? Yep. Alright, so we have an incursion mission that is in research. Let's go do that. And then we'll call it. Nadine, send this to research for analysis. Last night I had a dream. A dream that was given a solution to the staffing problem presented with just yesterday. The problem is of a confidential nature and must therefore remain unclarified here. But I can assure you the method was ever received was helpful with this undying... Oh, jeez. I can only draw the conclusion that I possess exceptional precognitive abilities and as such offer my service... blah, 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 blah. Where the hell is that healer? All dead? Just about. All right. I'm disappointed that I'm not seeing any more damage boost mods. But that's okay. We will do the other missions there another time. Anyway, this game remains being awesome. I appreciate everyone's time and hope you have a good night. Bye-bye!